Welcome to the Zone on Gonzaga Nation SI. Today's guest is a special guest. It's assistant women's basketball coach, assistant coach Jordan Green. Jordan, thanks for being here with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's just jump right in. How's the team looking? What are they showing as their strengths? And then we know as coaches, you're always looking to improve and fine tune things. But what are some areas that you're focusing on cleaning up right now?
Yeah, I think always a tough question at the start of the year. Like we get that one a lot. How's the team looking? And I would say some days we look good, and then some days we think, well, we got a lot to work on. A couple things that are exciting about the team with the returners, like the Trong twins. Everybody knows who they are. They've had a lot of minutes for us. Yvonne's played a lot of minutes for us, but Lynn, Trong, and Yvonne are both kind of moving into starting spots. At least we're expecting them to, as long as they play well. And then there's some other spots that are kind of up for debate, and seeing them all compete and learn and work and compete against each other, but also trying to be part of a team and just do what is expected from the coaching staff's perspective. So it's been fun to see everybody kind of taking on a different role for this year's team. We lost 4 starters from last year, and yeah, it's been exciting to just kind of see how it's all working out. And I think we're going to learn a lot on Friday against Western Washington.
Yeah, a good chance to get in front of the fans and work some kinks out and those nerves out. Yeah. Every year it seems like I'm like, oh man, they lost so and so. But then I'm like, oh, but they got so and so and so and so and so and so coming up. And
Yeah.
so it's always really fun to see these new players step into those roles, like you're saying. So would you consider that your favorite thing about this team? I mean, I know every team takes on their own identity and kind of personality,
Yeah.
but specifically, what is your favorite thing about this year's team?
Yeah, I do think the versatility of the team, like you mentioned, well, you lost 4 players, but I think the versatility of this team is pretty exciting. We had a lot of the players that didn't start last year got a lot of minutes. And we've seen like Eliza Hollingsworth has hit some big shots from the perimeter, in big games. She's hit them against Stanford and BYU in the championship. Yvonne can score inside and outside. KK Williams has really showed defensively what she can do in the preseason, and she's also shooting the ball pretty well. The Trongs, they can get to the rim, they can shoot the three, they can dish, they can get 8-10 assists in a single game. And then we got some young kids that you probably saw, brought energy on the bench last year that are
Yeah.
bringing energy to the team. So I think the versatility is pretty fun. And then Maud Hybens, who we didn't get to see a ton of last year, but when she played well. And so now
Mhm.
she's excited to get some more minutes too. And she's got a good versatile game too. She can score inside. She's got the good mid range. So I do like the versatility of the offense, but then defense, we are still pretty long. We can do some different things. So I do like the versatility, and that they're a fun group that can do a wide array of things. So excited about that.
Yeah, cool. Very exciting. So tell everyone kind of what your role is on this coaching staff. Like when you're coaching the players in the team, are you more focused on like the point guards, the post, or defensively minded, offensively minded? Where do you fit into this coaching staff?
Yeah. So on the court, I work with the wings. Like offensively, let's talk offense first. I work with the wings, would be my like my base position. Stacy Kleinsmith and I work overall with the guards for the most part. So we do a lot of stuff together. If we do break down into like point guards, wings, forwards, um, I would take the wings. And so that's from an offensive standpoint, that's where I would be. Although we all kind of work together in that aspect. And my bigger role when we're talking as a team overall would be defense. So Craig and Stacy are working on the offensive stuff. I'm doing more defense with Lisa, and then Lisa oversees the whole
Mhm.
thing. But yeah, so I guess I would be more of like a defensive coordinator type. In all the drills, I'm looking at how's the defense looking? Are we doing things correctly? It might even be an offensive drill, but I'm kind of coaching more of, hey, if you're on defense, this is what we're working on. So on the court, that's one of my bigger roles. And then I am like the what you might call a recruiting coordinator. Although we're all just assistant coaches, I am kind of like the person in charge of hopefully getting people in the right spots and making sure
Yeah.
Lisa's where she needs to be and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that there's definitely a lot of places to go and hit for tournament wise. So yeah, that is a lot to manage. And I do gotta say, one of my favorite things defensively is that little 1-2-2 3/4 court trap that you guys throw in all the time. It's awesome. I love the length up front and always
yeah,
causes big trouble.
yeah, and that's been something that's worked really well for us over the years. We're probably around 80% man, but anytime we get free throw opportunities, we're going to go some kind of press, and usually it is the 1-2-2, and we like to throw our longer players up there. KK, I think, is going to do a really nice job up there. Esther Little is a sophomore this year, and she's 6'2" as a guard, so I think she could cause some problems up there. And yeah, it's just a different little wrinkle we get the chance to throw at teams. That's like we're all man, we're man, we're man. Then all of a sudden we just kind of use our length, and it's been really effective for us.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So speaking about that coaching staff, you guys all came in together the spring of 2014. So what's the glue that holds this coaching staff together? It's really uncommon to have the longevity and stability of an entire coaching staff. For you guys are going into what, your eighth season together? Is that
Yeah,
right?
not well. We've been together for 8, so this will be 9 if we all make
Okay.
it through and we all, yeah, if we
Yeah.
don't kill each other by the end, we'll be year 9.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So what is it? What is it about the chemistry that you guys have, or the magic that keeps you guys together?
Yeah, I mean that's a great question, and you're right. It is very uncommon, and I think it does start from the top. Lisa has done an awesome job of setting a culture of we're going to take care of each other. We're going to work hard. We're going to compete, but we're also going to take care of each other. And she's a family first person, but she also treats her coaches and her players and team like family as well. So she's done an awesome job of just creating a culture of yeah, we're going to work hard, we're going to compete hard, but we're also going to enjoy being around each other and taking care of each other. The other thing I think is awesome about her is she allows us to use our strengths as coaches. We're all different. Craig's different than I am. State's different than I am, and Lisa is great at kind of allowing us to do what we're good at, and then kind of reining us in when we get out of control or whatever. But she's great. She doesn't micromanage. She's amazingly as young as she is. She's very comfortable with allowing us to um, speak our minds and use our strengths without feeling threatened. And I definitely think that's been something that we all really appreciate and has been helpful for us to grow as individuals as well as a staff together over these 8 years.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's really awesome. It's always, like I said, that stability and just seeing the same core out there every year is really something special. So
Yeah.
now I kind of want to get to the fun part of this. I got a couple questions for you. And so we all know that we have our sayings or our little one-liners or whatever. If one of the players on the team were to impersonate you
Yeah.
on the practice court or whatever, what one-liner would they say?
I think probably the biggest one would be like I always yell. This is kind of embarrassing too. Is like, and you would know this as a taller person. I always yell, "Dig it!" Like so. The idea of being like a big grabs the rebound or like makes a post move. A lot of times they'll bring it down,
Uh-huh.
and so I'm always yelling at like the littler guards, like get in there, dig it. And so I kind of get made fun of for that one quite a bit. And I'm sure there's a lot more that I'm unaware of,
Uh-huh.
but whenever someone yells dig it, they all kind of chime in together and then kind of look and laugh. So I think that would probably be the biggest. And I'm not sure what the other ones are, but yeah, definitely that one.
Okay, that's a good one. And then we all know that players sometimes, not all players, but they have a ritual or a superstition before a game. Do you have a pregame ritual or a superstition that you follow or do?
Yeah, it's not the exact same every game, but I do like to take some quiet time before the game. And some days that's reading, some days it's like a little bit of prayer meditation. But just kind of like we work really hard leading up to the game, and you put all this time and energy into it. And I think for me, getting about 10, 15 minutes before I head down to the court where I can just like relax a little bit and say like, okay, we've done what we can do. for the next 15 minutes, just let me like get into a peace of mind where I can focus on things that are important and helping the team be at their best and not all the other things that have been going on throughout the week. So that's definitely one of I try to get in every game is just 15 minutes where I kind of close my office door. And sometimes it's a good book, maybe a little, just a prayer meditation with like the lights dim down and just kind of relax a little bit. So yeah, that's my one thing for sure. I have other routines, but that's the one that I try to get in for sure every game day.
Yeah, I like that one. That one definitely will put you in the right set of mind for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
you get so hyped up and stuff, before a game, and you're like, did I do this? Did I do
oh
that?
yeah,
Well, yeah, you've run out of time at this point, so it's
right.
time to like just get ready for the 40 minutes that are about ready to come on. So yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Jordan, hey, really appreciate your time. We're really looking forward to this season. Always so excited to see every season and what you guys have put together and how hard you work, and watch it pay off on the court. So really appreciate your time and thank you for joining the Zone on Gonzaga Nation.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Had a great time.